What are you looking at? You looking at me?
Just like be walking by, and then, oh, hello. Are they necessarily British in the 20s?
No. You gotta have more of the
New York.
What do you think you're looking at, see?
Man. You got a Al Capone, man.
Yeah, see?
Man.
You're talking to my favorite gal. Yeah, they call me Fingers.
Forget the terrible intro. Argyle! I need beer. Well, I can still send a bunch of pumpkin beer to whoever wants one. If you'd like a pumpkin beer, I only have 5, and 1, 2, 3 are reserved. Heck no, forget that. That's for Thanksgiving. Wow, I'm good at pouring. This is Hair of the Dog Brewery. Hardy Old World Ale. Oh, and it's bottle conditioned. Holy shit. Speaking of different, we went to Valholl this weekend and had their revised jalapeno beer. Cut the footage of that.
I have to do a better job of introducing Valholl, and it's nights like tonight where we know most of these people because they all love the beer as much as we do.
Because we're awesome.
Yep, delicious red. I want all my beers to taste like that. And this is the jalapeno.
What the hell is that one though?
Argentina.
Oh, okay. So that's Spanish, it's not French.
Oh.
Yeah.
Industria Argentina.
And then here's a couple groupies you've seen before.
Groupies?
We started as groupies just like they did.
We're not groupies anymore.
Right, now we're
Semi-employees.
family. We're all family. Valholic. I said family.
What would you like, madam? It's not very presentable on my web right now.
It's not streaming or anything. I mean,
We'll edit it later, it's fine.
I'll probably edit it in later.
Yeah, see?
Oh, I forgot. Hello, Mom. That's British.
Now you're British again.
Hey, Ma. What else happened this weekend? Oh, I made a sweeping declaration, and I'm gonna put it up on YouTube because I need your help. Help me find. Cut to sweeping declaration.
Sweeping declaration. Sweeping declaration. We will find our personal drinking vessels somewhere in the world very soon. You're doing perfect. Perfect for each other. Ducky has the perfect brewing vessel for Ducky. Where do we find ours? We need to find ours. Mission.
You need to
Sweeping
find one that
declaration.
looks like a
Mission.
really big nose.
I like it as beer vlog.
They're just going into like non-accents.
I don't have it in me.
Yeah, you gotta talk kind of nasally, see? You guys want to brew some beer?
Went out to Slippery Pig and brewed on Sunday like I normally do, but I got to bartend, so there's some footage of that.
Are you recording us?
No, I'm recording me.
Okay.
Bartending. I keep thinking about one day either a brewery or a bar, and I really think a bar would be more fun.
Should have a vinyl church and turn the altar into the bar.
Oh yeah.
And turn all the pews, like invert them so you can have long bench seating like in the beer halls in Germany.
Yeah.
But you need like
Set
a
up shop
one, like,
environment.
you know, one of those small little like one room churches, not the ones that have all of them.
Yeah, unless you're brewing on site.
I think it would be a brewery, restaurant, bar kind of thing.
We started making the Doppelbock that Dave has a recipe for called the, maybe I won't give away the name. Yeah, it's not out yet, so I'm not going to give away the name. So we're making a big old bock. It's characterized by using a bunch of Munich, which I brewed a beer with recently, and roasting some of it to where it comes out really, really dark. You really can't tell, but I mean that should be clear. In fact, the grain is just under the surface of the water right here, but you can't see it because it's so dark. And this is going to lager, which means it's going to be a very cool fermentation, like 60, 50 degrees even, because the yeast doesn't like to have warm environments. They like it really cool. What else is going on? Nothing. Building a big old enclosure for the pig. Taught another mother about beer. Megan's mom showed up with her friend, and we went over the brewing system with them at Slippery Pig, cut the footage of that.
Everybody identifies with it differently. Like they come in like, it smells like bread, or it smells like biscuits.
bread, that's what it is.
This beer we're making is a Doppelbock. And,
So what is that? It sounds really good.
well, it's an old style of beer that they took some of the grain they used and they roasted it, and it actually turned out really sweet because it changes the grain entirely.
Right.
Roasted malt, just from them roasting it, they didn't know what else to do.
Wow.
And so characteristic of a Bock, because it's from Germany, and that's how they roasted their.
That's yummy.
That's how they made their grain, and they call. What you ate the side stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got a lot of sugars on it. Yeah, after it's boiled and all the flavors and stuff are added to it, it goes through a chiller, which is right over here, and brings it down to like you could. It's 70 degrees, 60 degrees. Once it's down to that, it goes in the fermenter.
Weeks.
Like
And there's
this,
only 2 here?
this is, oh, we've got 2 more down in the basement. It's still really slow. This will be in there for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
This-
Have you ever made lavender beer?
Yep.
Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would love to try that. Yeah, I love that.
This weekend is a chili cook-off and costume contest at Slippery Pig. And as you can see, I've gone for a 1920s style Prohibition Era brewer. And I got all this and pieced it together for pretty cheap. Ha! I gotta show you those 2 beers I brewed. The Munich Ale and the Abbey Ale. Hi, Mom. This is getting really cheesy.
Hi, Mom.
In an experiment between Dave and myself, we're trying a single grain beer, and I've also changed my process. I'm using more water in my mash than I have before, and in an effort to utilize better.
I'm going to.
Along with
Not flowing.
a step mashing process where we've just drained the majority out of the mash, and now we're washing the grain that has been almost entirely drained of its utilized water, of its wort. It's been drained of most of its wort. Is almost like remashing it, trying to utilize as much as we can so that we can get a much bigger beer. Right now is a all Munich beer. And following this is going to be yet another beer. Both of these I'm aiming for a ton of body and a ton of efficiency so I can have a much higher alcohol beer. Booze. Booze. Oh no. We have a leak. Mom, for Christmas, can I have a brewer's tree stand? It's really cool. You know, one kettle sits here, another kettle sits here, another kettle sits here, and they all have burners under them, and it's a big tree of brewing. Gravity brew tree for my birthday. God, I hope I'm in shot. You ever been arrested in public for peeing? I'm cooling. Mom didn't get to see this last time because it was way too dark. This is the transfer of heat and cooling process I talked about in one of the videos, where copper tubing is inside the wort and hose water is going through the copper, exchanging heat with the wort, and the heat leaves. There should be a tube on this end, but it keeps blowing off, so I figured just make a fountain.
Water the plants.
It's very pretty. Here sits the Munich. It's doing really well. It came out to a original gravity of 1045. It's probably not going to be as big as I wanted it to. And here is the Abigail, which came out to a 1050. This one used a combination of 6-row and Victory. Using the 6-row and Victory in there, along with an Abbey Ale, it needs to be at 72 degrees fermentation at almost all times. So it's in a room where we keep it warm, normally in the house. And we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to leave it in the primary so that it has all the yeast characters with it, instead of transferring it to a secondary to where it clears up and doesn't have the yeast, as much as the yeast with it, all its life. The Abbey and Munich are still in their primaries. What other silly footage do I have?
In quarter barrel, he wants a whole half barrel.
Of that? Of the one Ian messed up?
Yep.
You're picking your nose.
Yeah, I gotta do it on camera.
This is what I'm talking about. Some delicious pork fried in as the band starts up.
Shut up. Did I say that?
Love you, Ma. Man, see?